Moonbots. Do the star jumps.
Okay, I'll do a star jump. Ready? One. Two. Okay, we got somebody coming up here. I'm real scared who they are. Whoop.
Right, dance a little bit. No, it's all right.
Whoop. Fuck it. Yep.
Why do you keep fucking kicking me off, mate?
Oh, because I don't trust you, but now I trust you. So now you're good.
I don't fucking trust you, mate. You look like a fucking bacon.
I am bacon. I'm making bacon. I am a bacon. Bacon.
Anyway,
Bacon.
mate, my name's fucking Colin Racy from fucking Swaffham in Norfolk. Yeah, delayed. By the way, do you know this Faith guy's a fucking nonce and he nonced his little sister with his uncle?
Bullshit, bro.
So you shouldn't have him on your panel. But also, in other
That's
news,
bullshit. They are
in
false
other news,
accusations.
Faith is now kicked out of the Discord because he's a little fucking rat, and we fucking hate the cunt.
I'm still in there, bro.
No, you're
All
not.
right.
You're
So you guys-
fucking
Oh,
out.
shit.
So you guys
You're
know each
out.
other?
No, I despise this little retard fuck. Everybody despises him. The only reason he is here, shut up, Moon Boots. The only reason he is here is because I shared the link in Discord where there's a bunch of great guys. Now, this little fucking Neanderthal reprobate piece of shit hijacked in there and he just swims around looking for links because he has nothing in his life. His family
see.
disowned him. Shut up. He has no money, no life, no friends, no hope, no nothing. He swims around like a leech, just sucking on the energy of anyone around that he can
All right.
hijack into.
Should I
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Colin, should I kick him off the panel?
100%, mate. You will be in jail for pedophilia if you keep him on your channel. He is a rat fuck. Nice one, Moon Boots. Get in there, my lad.
Got him.
Get in there, my lad. Nice. How are you doing, Mr. Moon Boots?
Well, you know what's weird is I removed him, but he left.
I know. He's just so tragically unfunny, uninteresting. He's like early 20s and he just fucking hangs around like a bad smell. Nobody wants to speak to him. He is universally despised in the United Kingdom YouTube communities by all.
He's talking about being famous and in a movie? Is that something?
Honestly, just ignore him. He thinks that he thinks he makes people laugh. He thinks he's like a funny person on YouTube, but people just laugh at him. And there's only very few of them as well, because most people just cut him off and don't even watch him because he has no content, no nothing. He does things like he acts up like a fool, because he thinks people will laugh and he thinks he'll get friends and stuff, but he's not. And nobody laughs, with what he does at all.
Hey, so
he's ghastly. Yeah, stay well clear, Mr. Boots.
So how did you find my channel last night and then subscribe?
I don't know. It just came up on my suggestions feed, and usually I give Americans a bit of a swerve because I think you're all pretty fucking boring, to be honest. So normally I would never really come into an American stream, but I thought you looked like a bit of a fucking moron, so we come in and bully you for a little bit.
Yeah, you guys are really just ruffling up my feathers a little bit.
Give it time, darling.
But no,
it's much easier to do things to people in the same country. It's very hard to get people swatted and stuff across the ocean.
Yeah, is that what you guys are doing? You guys are doxing?
We are like a little group of deep, dark trolls, shall we say. And we go around causing anarchy and mayhem wherever we can.
Causing anarchy?
Yes. Cleaning up the streets, the virtual streets of YouTube.
Yeah, so you guys are like vigilante trolls. You guys find people that deserve it, and then you fuck with them.
Exactly. We are judge, jury, and executioner. We decide who is good or bad.
Yep, I like that. I like people that take matters upon their own hands and then start.
Exactly. That's how it should be. All
Yes.
these fucking mongoloids phoning up the police and authorities and things to get people to fucking fight their own battles is just preposterous. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Do it yourself.
You sound like a British TV show.
I am. I'm very well to do, you know. I'm highly wealthy and I have a large array of staff that work for me.
Hey, this is a taser. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's very nice. Tase yourself, please. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. So yes, just never let that Faith guy back on. He'll try and fucking hang around for a little bit until he gets bored again.
Well, you know what's
Oh.
weird is I believed you when you said that he was lingering in your Discord, and you said you put it somewhere, and then he clicked it. So basically, what always happens, what it sounds like, is he always goes in and starts fucking up the whole program for you guys, and then you guys are like, "Fuck, there he is again, first one in
Well,
there."
the problem is our tech leader guy who's in charge of all the tech stuff, Jaden, he's fucked up and let Faith slip through the net somehow. Because normally we have layers and layers of protection until you get to the real core threads in the Discord. You know, it's all very secure, a lot of backdoor entry and stuff. And unfortunately, Faith managed to clamber his way in one night. So he's now been swiftly removed and balance has been restored.
I think he'll come back, and I don't feel that just because he's gone, that balance has been restored.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I wasn't joking about what I said when I came in. His name, although it's highly irrelevant because, as I said, you're in America and all this stuff, but his name is Josh Dale from Kirkcaldy in Scotland. And a couple of years ago, he was convicted of sexual assault with his uncle, who him and his uncle done some sexual assault thing to his niece or something, some young girl. So he was in the paper and he got charged with all this vile shit. So now he gets moved from house to house every couple of weeks because people kick him out and protest outside his door. You know, he's just a complete and utter scourge on society.
Well,
Fine. Don't worry, that's what I'm here for, to keep you right.
we
So,
got
Mr. What?
we got somebody coming up here, and I think I think you and him are gonna end up getting in an argument, which is gonna be a good.
It's impossible for me to argue with people. I just bully them.
You think it's possible for you? This guy right here likes to argue. With
Who's
everybody.
this old
Pardon me.
fucking bastard?
Now you're
Pardon
fucked.
me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
What are you saying, old man?
Now you're done.
I think you do.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Oh, yes.
Good
Yes,
afternoon,
indeed.
Mr. 420.
He goes by Burns.
Burns. Oh, I see. Very nice, very nice. I go by Tram. Hello.
Yeah, you're the guy that asked me if I'm a bacon.
I did.
Why did you ask if he's a bacon? What's up with
Because bacon is slang for paedophile in the United Kingdom.
that? Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
The answer is no. Then I'm not.
Well, no, you said yes on a couple of occasions, which has already been clipped for future use. We duped you into saying it.
Yeah,
You've been a bad boy.
you guys tricked me.
Boom, bat. Yep, I'm liberal.
Yes. Do any of you have guns, firearms of any kind?
Yep, right here.
Holy shit, he's packing heat. Wow, pop off a few rounds, my lad.
No.
Fucking hell, why not?
Why not?
Everybody
won't.
in America has guns. Didn't you know that?
Not felons, all those naughty boys are not
Even
allowed.
felons, yes, everyone.
But they're not allowed.
There's like 5 guns for every American in this country.
Oh, goodness. Well, no wonder you all get shot then, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Well, what about you guys? Do you guys have knives and you guys get stabbed?
Yes, lots of people get stabbed over here.
Well, that's because you guys don't have guns.
Yep. You're going to find one way to kill somebody if you want to kill them. It don't matter how.
Exactly, that's what I say. So, yes.
But the gun is the safest bet for if you want to be in
I know,
the
but my problem
strongest.
with America and all this gun stuff is the definition of when you are allowed to use it and so forth. Because I've seen instances where, I mean, surely anyone could say that they felt in fear of their life given any circumstance. So therefore, you could self-regulate and say, I'm allowed to shoot. So if someone comes up and says, you're a cunt and looks angry in your face, surely you're allowed to shoot them then because you can say you were in fear of your life. That
Yeah.
can't be right. How can that be
Well,
right?
the thing is it's being used too much, and I agree. Like I was in once somebody says I was in
Well,
fear for
what
my
are you supposed to do? Wait until they slice your throat and then shoot them?
But what else are you
When
supposed to
they
just be
get
able
up
to
in
go
your
around
face,
shooting
that
people?
is a threat, yes.
So if anyone says any bad words to you, you're
If
allowed to
they're
shoot
within
them.
arm's distance of you threatening you, yes.
Fuck
You know,
yes.
Tram's right. In America, you can kill anybody you want as long as you say you're in fear for your
You
life.
can't, though.
Yeah, you
In
can.
certain states, you might be able to. In
You
New
can kill
Jersey, I
anybody.
guess you can't. Somebody can walk in your front door of your house and you can't shoot them
No way.
in
I
the
thought you
middle
were
of the
always
night.
allowed to shoot
But
people.
you got to say the magic words that you were in fear for your life. And then you can
No,
kill
you got to have no escape route in New Jersey. You got to exit if there's a way to avoid shooting them, you got to use that. Otherwise, you're charged with murder,
Fucking hell.
homicide.
I
them.
also find that very weird how in America, different states of the same country have different laws. That's
Yeah,
like in the
that's
UK
fucked
saying
up.
Liverpool has a different law from London and a different law from Manchester. It's preposterous.
So, what do you
Liverpool.
think, Colin? If somebody walks up to you and you think they're much strong, say they're a professional UFC fighter and you're a fucking regular Joe on the street, they get up in your face and they're angry, about to harm you. You think they're about to harm you. Do you have the right to defend yourself any way you seem necessary?
So
Or do
with
you
that,
got to wait for them to fuck you up and then have no recourse at all because you laying there fucked up?
I know, but you could say the same argument from someone being 100 feet away and they pull out a rifle, and you could say, well, they're 100 with a rifle, they could
Well,
still
if they
shoot me
got a
from 100 feet
rifle,
away.
yeah. If they pulling out their gun, yeah.
Or they could just be walking with the gun. It only takes 2 minutes to pull it out.
Well, it
Where
depends
does it
on
ever
you
end?
got to have the situation right. Even in the stand your ground states, you can't just shoot somebody from 50 yards away.
Oh, right.
It's got to
Unless
be
you're
the situation. You got to explain the situation. Otherwise, you're going to catch a charge.
Well, I think that's what it all comes down to. I suppose it's all discretionary, and each situation will be different and
Yeah.
onto itself.
Yep.
But I
Just,
do agree with the fact that if someone's breaking into your house, I think you should be able to, mag dump them at any point. If they're breaking into your house, that's threat to life. Mag dump.
yeah. But some
that's
states,
the thing, though, is you don't want to mag dump because that just
some
seems weird.
states you can't even carry your gun around with you without a special permit, and it's really hard to get the permit. New Jersey's one of those states.
Is that like concealed carry and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be allowed to carry no matter what, concealed or not. The Constitution says the right to bear arms. And some states won't let you bear them without certain fucking permits. But yeah, it's like a concealed carry permit, but you shouldn't need that either.
I know, but surely the Constitution was written. When was it written? 1800s or something, or before that?
1700s.
1700s. So surely you can agree, though, that society in the world progresses and
No,
changes.
the
So
citizens back then had the same thing the governments had back then.
Guns are overrated. Guns are overrated. They're overrated. I carry one all the time. You can get in big trouble with it. They're overrated. You should watch what you're doing, or you'll be up on a manslaughter charge. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. But I'm a firm believer everybody should own a gun.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in gun ownership, but I'm a firm believer that criminals and psychopaths should be hard. It should be hard for them to get guns.
I think the criminals, after they serve their time, should be allowed
No,
Yeah,
no
but
fucking way.
I-
No.
Yeah,
Just
I
say-
don't know
hold
if
on.
they can be cured.
Yeah, but Rocco, just to say in general, criminals and psychopaths, it should be harder for them to get guns. How? I mean, but there's. How do you do that?
You do that by having them by doing background checks. You do background. If a motherfucker done raped 5 people and got out of jail, don't give him a gun. Okay? Don't give him. I mean, that's pretty simple. He don't get no gun. He's got to find some other way to do his mayhem.
But
You know?
he used his penis. He didn't use a gun though. So
Oh,
what's the difference?
shut the fuck up, you jumped up little British cunt. Shut up.
Fuck you, Rocco, you
what
dirty
do you-
nonce bastard! I'll cut
what
your
do you-
throat, you fucking piece of shit! I'll fuck you up right now.
Colin, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight, dude. You
Yeah,
just heard him say he
can't.
carries all the time, 24/7.
Listen, plus it's a pain in the ass to carry a gun all the time, especially in the summertime. It's a pain in the ass to carry a gun. A gun will get you in more trouble. If you know how to talk, if you can talk your way out of a situation, please do. Because if you start shooting people, what you do is you end up wounding somebody and paying for their medical bills for the rest of your fucking life. And that'll happen. In a civil suit, you get slaughtered in court.
Well, there you have it, boys. Guns are bad.
What about the big rifles? Are you allowed? Is anyone allowed to walk about with them? Because I've seen that on videos where they walk around and they test the police's reactions. But surely, if it's black and white, so if the law is black and white that you're allowed to carry those things, why do the police then make a big commotion out of it and say, "Well, you're scaring people"? Surely,
Because when
scaring.
the people complain to the police have to respond no matter what. Otherwise, if something does happen, they're fucked.
Long guns are pretty much legal in all 50 states. Anybody can own a long gun, shotgun, rifle, cool. We have an open carry law in this state. You can carry them in the open. I wouldn't do it, but you can do it.
And does long gun count those ones that fire like 1,000 bullets a minute, though?
Well, see, those guns are illegal. It's illegal to own an automatic weapon in my state. I don't know about the rest of the states. But when you talk about a fully automatic weapon, can't own that. Most of the long guns you see with all the heavy clips on them are semi-automatic weapons.
Fully automatic, you got to get some kind of special permit to own one, and they're really expensive for the permit.
Yeah, and it's really hard to get.
Yeah. Nobody
So
has fully automatic legally carrying it around.
Yeah. It's plus unless you're trained to shoot an automatic weapon, what you're going to end up doing is killing your neighbors.
Yeah, you're
and their dogs. It's just gonna create mayhem. You're not going to be able to hit what you shoot at.
And does that just mean, is the difference between semi-automatic and automatic just mean that you hold your finger on the trigger, or you need to keep pressing it over and over?
You need semi-automatic means you have to pull the trigger every time you want to shoot. Fully automatic means
this pistol right here. This is a semi-automatic gun.
Yeah,
this is semi-automatic.
Moon has an excellent example of a pistol that I would not carry, but it's a good pistol to carry.
And it's a semi-automatic.
And it's a semi-automatic.
As fast as you can pull the trigger, as fast as
What's it? How many rounds it hold, Moon? 9?
No, that holds a 15 plus 1 in the chamber.
15. See, that's a lot of firepower. It's a lot of firepower.
It is. I think so too. I think so too.
So is what's below that then? Manual?
No.
Yeah, where you got to cock it each time you shoot.
Wait,
right.
Oh, he's talking about
single shots. Yeah, you got to cock it each time.
Most guns are semi-automatic. That's just
so. What's the one with like the one you see in movies where they play Russian roulette, where it's got the big barrel in the middle?
That's a revolver.
Yeah, and usually if I have a revolver, a small
revolver is kind of semi-automatic, but I don't think they count it as one.
Yeah, they don't. But if you have a revolver, say a 5-shot or 6-shot, it's best to leave one of the chambers empty so that you have to cock it to fire. unless you want to play around and shoot yourself in the ass or something like that. Which happens a lot. Which happens a lot here. People
I've seen a lot of videos where people shoot themselves by accident.
Yeah, they don't by
Didn't
accident.
one of
Yeah,
the
because they
football
don't know.
players do that? LT or one of them?
Yeah, because he didn't know what he was doing. Fucking around with guns.
Plaxico birds.
People see this shit on TV.
No.
They see the shit on TV and they think they can
fingers
handle a gun, you know?
with the fireworks.
You see that shit on TV, motherfucker.
Oh, that was another guy that did that.
Shit like that. You know, it takes a little practice to handle a gun. I go to the range at least once or twice a month with my pieces so that I know what I'm doing and I'm familiar and comfortable with the weapon and I can hit at what I'm shooting at and it don't take me 5 rounds to hit somebody.
Yeah, I grew up shooting guns when I was young. I learned how to shoot.
Yeah, see, I never shot a gun. I never touched a gun until I went to the Army. I never touched one.
I was probably 6 years old shooting BB guns, and probably by the time I was 10, I was shooting 22s. And
that's because that's the part of the country you grew up in.
Yeah, North Carolina.
You grew up in the South. In the South, you motherfuckers, they give you guns as pacifiers. You know, you can suck on a gun from the moment you come out of the womb. It's not true where I came from. My mother hated guns. My father, I'm sure, had one, but I never saw it and never touched a gun until they gave me my M16 when I went to the Army.
You're probably like, oh, shit.
I was poor. I didn't own any guns, but I had friends that did, and I shot theirs all the time.
But the funny thing is, when I got hold of a gun, I shot expert for some odd reason. Even the drill sergeants didn't understand. They said, "How long have you been shooting?" I said, "This is my first rifle." They said, "Fuck, that's nonsense. It's nonsense." I said, "No,
you're a natural."
I was a natural. Yeah, I was a natural. I always had good eye-hand coordination from playing baseball and football, I guess.
This one dude that was shooting, I shoot with, he could take the 22 rifle and be like spinning it around like this.
Yeah.
And have a beer can lined up straight in front of him. And he'd swing around and shoot without stopping. And he'd hit the beer can while it was moving. Boom.
Well, most of the guys I knew that grew up in the South were good with guns. They were just good with them.
I got to stop and get my aim. I can't shoot it with my barrel moving like that.
No, but, you know, people, like I said, people watch the movies. And another thing about the movies, you know, you see people get shot in the arm and shit in the shoulder, and they get right back up again. That's not real life, folks. Bullets are not arrows. Bullets break up when they hit you. The shock knocks you down.
The movies make it seem like there's a certain amount of bullets before you're dead.
Yeah, no. You get hit with enough bullets, you look like you've been in a fucking car accident. Okay.
I know, but also it looks like in movies sometimes they shoot someone once in the stomach and they immediately fall down. To me, that wouldn't happen in real life. Surely that won't kill you straight away.
Yeah,
you had a vital organ in your stomach.
Well, people fall down because if your spine gets hit, your legs are done.
You fall down because of the shock of the impact of the bullet.
Plus, you break your bone.
It's going to take your air out. It's like a fist punching your belly while the bullet's hitting you.
And sometimes the shock of the bullet will kill a person.
Yep.
They don't have to be hit. They don't have to be hit in a vital spot. Sometimes the shock will kill you. So
I suppose a lot of it's just luck as well, where you get shot, just pure luck.
Yeah, well, pure luck. I've seen people get shot in the head and live. You know,
yeah, it's crazy.
So bullets are very, very funny things, man. Once they leave that barrel, they're subject to do anything, and that's what's dangerous about bullets and guns. Period. You know, unless you know where you're shooting, like I said, you shoot a gun and you go through your neighbor's wall and hit his kid. You know, so you have to.
Well, funny you say that, because that was going to be one of the things I was going to say, because I watch a lot of these American police things. I find them fascinating because we don't have that over here with all the guns and stuff. But what I didn't know that there's a huge number of is how many people the police shoot when they're trying to shoot the bad guy. They shoot loads of people who are just bystanders or in another car or something.
They don't shoot loads.
They do. They fucking just start unloading.
The police, it's very rare when the police shoots a bystander. Gangs doing drive-bys hit bystanders.
Well, of course.
And believe it or not, I know it doesn't seem this way, but I've known policemen all my life. I had friends on the police force, and rarely have they ever even used their guns or pulled their guns. The ones I used to know, because they could talk a motherfucker out of doing anything they wanted to do. You know, they talk first, then they would fight, and the last resort was pulling that piece. Because you pull that gun and you're in a different territory altogether.
That's why you need fucking more men, not women, police, because men can handle themselves without a gun, and women, that's their only resort.
Well, you know, yeah, a lot of the women, see, on the other hand, though, Burns, sometimes a woman will be able to talk a guy down before a guy will.
I agree.
Yeah, they could maybe talk them down easier because they got a gentle voice and all. But when it comes to physicality, that's their only resort.
Yeah, by the same token, you're right. See, if a woman's not getting any cooperation, she's gonna pull that piece.
Yeah, because that's her only resort against a big dude.
That's right, because you know she's gonna pull that piece and shoot the motherfucker, and usually get away with it.
Yeah.
Get away with it. So I mean, you know, if you have girlfriends, don't get them guns. That's a rule. Don't give your girlfriend any guns. And don't let them know you got one, and don't get them any guns, because they learn how to shoot. They can shoot your ass in an argument and go into court and cry to the judge, and you're dead, and they walk. No, England's different with the gun. England, there's not a big gun culture in England.
No, very rarely.
Not a big gun culture. You guys have changed since you were the imperial rulers of the world. You know, where you went around the whole world shooting people and killing and stuff like that. It's changed a lot. Changed a lot since then. So there's no gun culture in England.
But what it does do is it does prove the theory that if nobody has guns, then nobody gets killed by guns. So all the American people say, oh, if you make guns illegal, people will still get them. Well, they won't, because guns are illegal here, and you will go through your whole life never seeing a gun in this country because the consequences are so hard.
$1,000 there's fucking criminals there with guns, right?
Of course they do, but very rare.
Never see a gun there when they're illegal.
I think
now imagine your country with an open border like ours, with everybody coming in across the fucking border with guns. How are you going to stop it?
Those pesky Mexicans with a lot to answer for.
Not just Mexicans, everybody from every country's coming across.
You can't take away guns from good citizens and act like that's going to be a good thing.
Right.
No, not at all.
Taking them away from the law-abiding citizens is just going to hurt the people.
But we don't have guns and it works fine.
What country are you in?
England.
You know what?
It doesn't work fine. You guys still have I'm sure you guys still have gun violence. One, but two,
we do.
But you have some, and they're illegal here.
Very little of it.
And you don't have nearly the guns we have, and you never had nearly the guns we have already.
And isn't your government becoming a little bit more oppressive as well?
Oh, well, I just think they're fucking morons.
Oh, ours is too.
Do you think Trump's going to be the prime president again? Is Donald Trump going to be the president again, by the way?
We hope so.
That'd be so funny.
Some people hope so. Some people hope so. Let's put it that way.
I hope so.
Well,
I just don't know how someone...
We know you hope so, Burns. We know.
How can someone with no political background in his entire life be fucking president twice? How is that possible?
Because it's America and a bunch of morons live here.
Well, the first time he had no experience. The second time,
I suppose.
And the first time he was not a politician. That's why he got a lot of votes, because nobody trusts the politicians anymore.
Yeah, there is an alternative. There is an alternative to Trump.
And who is that?
That would be Biden.
But he's about 100 years old. Surely.
Dude, have you seen our economy?
I understand that.
Have you seen the country under Biden?
The president has very little to do with the economy.
No, Biden stepped in and he reversed Trump's border policies where we didn't have
Trump-
the catch and release. The
Trump
people had to
didn't do
apply,
anything.
and then Mexico would hold them until they were accepted or not accepted. We had
Trump did
the least
nothing.
immigration illegal in the
Trump
history.
did nothing to stem the tide at the border. Nothing.
He made the fucking
No.
policy where the
And-
other countries
and
had
he-
to hold them there.
And
What do you
he
mean did nothing?
and he will do nothing to. He will do
I
nothing.
just told you what
if
he
he's
did,
elected.
dude. How you
No.
going to deny that?
Yeah, I'm denying it. I deny it.
There was
I
no
am
policy
not-
where Mexico would have to hold the
I-
illegal immigrants while they waited.
I can't even stand to listen to Trump or watch him.
You don't you're fucking
president,
sitting here acting like you don't understand the policies, like it's not true when
you're
it's
not-
definitely
you're-
true. And
you're
Biden
not-
reversed that policy his
you're
first
not
days in
threatening-
office.
Immigrants are not threatening you or your job.
And then now it's
Yeah.
immigrants are not threatening.
No,
Just
they're not
before it was
threatening.
the president can't change it.
And the president
The president did change
president
it.
has nothing
Biden
to do-
changed it back.
has nothing to do with the
Biden
economy.
changed it
The-
back after
the-
President Trump had it.
The
suspended.
economy is a corporate thing. The economy is a corporate thing. The corporations are greedy. They're trying to make back their profit from COVID.
Is that what you think?
Hence,
What
hence the
corporation do you
inflated
think
prices.
lost profit during COVID?
All of them.
Name one.
The food
Name one that
people,
lost profit. And why would you
Kroger's,
lose profit?
the supply chains were interrupted. Kroger's, Macy's, all of them. And now they're trying to make it back up by charging you inflated prices.
When
No.
when they're paying double to get the stuff in their store, are they supposed to keep the prices the same?
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah.
raising minimum wage from $8 to 15, are they supposed to keep the prices the same?
Listen. Working
Dude,
people,
that's retarded. thinking.
listen, man. Working people haven't had a raise in 50 years, man.
That's
Working
retarded.
people haven't
thinking,
had a
dude.
raise in 50 years. It's
People
about
are
time
crying
working
about the
people got
minimum
a raise.
wage. Minimum wage is not where you fucking supposed to end up. That's your
Why
starting point.
do you think people are homeless now, man? Because they can't afford the rents. They can't
Because
afford
we got
food.
too many illegals coming in we're supporting and
Yeah,
giving our fucking money to places like fucking
Okay, Burns. Okay.
Ukraine. We're giving a fucking $100 billion to Ukraine.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, Burns, let me put it like this. If I was the president, there would be no immigration to this country at all for the next 2 to 5 years until they straightened out a system where you could get it regulated. No immigration. The borders would be closed for 2 to 5 years.
Trump had the border fixed. It was perfect. Mexico
How
was
was it-
holding all the illegals that
How
tried
was
to
it
cross.
perfect? How was it perfect?
Mexico was holding every illegal that tried to cross until we
The wall-
approved them. That's how it was perfect.
The wall
You
didn't
won't
stop
listen. You ask a
anybody.
question and then you run your fucking mouth the whole answer.
Well, see, you're talking like a Trump tard now, and
No, because I gave you the
Can't
facts
argue-
and you don't want to hear the
can't
facts.
can't argue with a Trump. Can't argue
You
with a
can argue
Trumpy.
with somebody that won't listen to facts.
Can't
and spews
argue with
nonsense.
can't argue with a Trumpy. I can't.
Name one fact that
Not
you
gonna
spew
argue with a Trumpy. Not gonna argue with a Trumpy. I'm done.
Frat.
because you can't win. That's why.
Well, and
You got to talk over because you
You
can't
know-
win because
you
you
know
got
what's
no
going on?
fucking evidence of Biden doing
You know-
fuck all for
you
this
know-
country.
You know who else can't
Name
win?
one thing Biden did for us.
Donald J. Trump can't win the presidency, and he
Name
won't.
one thing
He
Biden
won't
did.
win. He will
Can you name
lose
one
again.
thing he did?
He will
Period.
lose again by 7 million
You can't.
votes or
You're
better.
just a fucking.
I'm just
you
a
got
fucking what?
Yes,
I'm
you
just
got
a
Trump
fucking what?
derangement syndrome.
I'm just a fucking what? Just a fucking what?
You got Trump derangement syndrome. That's what you are.
Oh,
Trump,
is that-
a deranged fucking retard.
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. You
I'm-
won't listen to
I'm
any
deranged.
facts.
American government has destroyed the middle class. Yeah, they did. The middle class.
When someone won't listen to a fact, how are you going to have an opinion?
Well,
on it?
you know,
You
they're
won't
your-
listen to the facts.
They're your facts. They're your
No,
emotional
their facts
facts.
are facts. We don't have the
Man,
fucking
you
option
can't-
of
you
choosing
can't-
facts.
You
The
can't
truth
cite.
is the truth, and you
You
can't handle
cannot.
the
You
truth.
cannot
You
cite.
can't handle
You
the
cannot
truth.
cite. You
You
cannot.
can't handle the truth.
Yeah, right. You cannot cite.
We're just
one
waiting
fact.
2 years to say that.
Yeah,
Cut it out.
I guess so. And it's not even his line. It's Jack Nicholson's.
Well,
so,
duh.
so forget it. So
It's
forget
the
it.
truth, and you
Hey,
can't.
hey,
You pointed
Hey,
that out.
hey,
It was
Burns.
obvious.
Burns.
Yeah.
Let us agree to disagree, okay?
I know you're a good dude, man. I ain't got nothing
I
against you. Yes.
I ain't got nothing against you either. That's why I said let's
In
agree to
fact, I respect
disagree.
you because you served in the military.
Well,
And
I respect you because you're my
you
fellow.
got a lot of knowledge about the world
I respect you because you're my fellow American. We just happen to be in different political camps. That's all.
yeah, of course. That's why we
And
can still get along and yell.
and
You guys are good friends now.
I think we should be.
I like Rocco.
I think we should be able to debate without hating each other, because that's the problem with the country now. See, there's no debate, there's no compromise. It's just there's two camps that hate each other, and that will never keep a country unified. And America has too many dangerous enemies in the world not to be unified at this point in time. I'm telling you.
That's true.
If I support,
we got too many enemies that have that border open. They're coming in.
Don't tell me what a real American is, J. Pod, whoever the fuck you are.
I read a report the other day that, like in 2019, like 35 Chinese people came across the border, and this year, like 3,500 came across.
Oh, the Chinese are immigrating in there too?
Yeah, every country's immigrating in, man.
Well,
all of them. Not just Mexico. They're all coming over that border, but that's where they're coming in. But it's every country. They're coming from everywhere. And outrageous amounts of them.
Well, I think it'll take a few years for us to see what that'll do for us.
It's going to hurt us, man, because all the videos I see, it's all young men coming across. No families and kids. Very few women and children.
Like I said, what I'd do is I would stop all immigration for 2 to 5 years until they could set up a system where we could vet people before they came into the country.
Hey, Grim, can you come back? Can you come onto the panel real quick again? I'm going to ask you something in the private message chat.
No, Burns, go. You know what, man? That's cool. Like I said, that's cool. I'm not going to deny you the right to your opinion. I would never do that.
You should listen to the facts, though, dude, because like I said, Mexico was holding those illegal immigrants in their country instead of ours. Now they're just coming, they're catching them and they're releasing them into our country. When Trump was in office, he had the agreement with Mexico that Mexico was going to hold them. And Biden reversed that policy.
I do not think Donald J. Trump will win the election. I think he'll come close. Maybe by about 3 million votes, but he won't. I don't think
there's any way Biden can win after he's shown what he can do in office, how this country
Trump,
how it is now.
Let's put it this way. What if Biden does win? What are you willing to do then?
I ain't gonna do fuck all. I'm already set in life.
Okay. All right. So if Biden wins, it's not going to affect you either way, is it?
Well, it's going to affect me, yeah. I'm going to be paying more, and we're going to be giving more money to other countries for wars and shit.
Well, yeah, but that's been going on.
It's going to cost me more to live, but I'm going to be able to afford it. A lot of people aren't in my shoes.
Foreign policy, giving away money to countries, that's been going on since I was a little boy.
Yeah, it has, but there's a fucking limit to it.
Well, would you get out of NATO? Would you take?
Yeah, I'd get out of NATO.
You get out of NATO. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think NATO is probably pretty strong enough now.
Or I would make every country in NATO support the same as ours by percentage wise, you know.
Okay. I see that. I think NATO is strong enough without us now. Actually, I don't think the United States Army is that strong at this point in time anyway. I think the quality of troops has gone down. I think
because of these Democrat policies allowing the fucking gay rights into the military.
Well, see,
they got a fucking trans general now.
Wait a minute.
Don't they have a trans general?
Wait a minute. I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Google it and see if there's not a trans general. There's somebody trans in the military. They have a speaker for the military.
I don't know about. I'm going to tell you something though. Way back, even when I was in the Army, way in the Vietnam era. When I was in Vietnam, there was a gay guy in the platoon who was a radio operator. He was flaming. He was flaming gay.
That was Klinger.
but he could call in artillery so close that it make your hair stand up on end. He was
Wasn't
damn.
Klinger and Nash the
He
radio
was damn
guy? Or
good.
no?
He was damn.
Oh
good.
no, that was Radar, wasn't it?
He wasn't Klinger. That was Mash. That was Mash. But there've been gay people in the military ever since I was.
But they haven't been in charge, allowing other fucking freaks into it. Gay here and there gets in. That's one thing.
I
When
don't
you start
know.
putting a
I don't know
fucking
about
trans,
that.
that's a mental psychology problem.
And that transvestite stuff, I don't know enough about that to get involved with
That's
that.
a psychological problem, and
that
does not need to be in charge of any military at all.
I don't see where they hold as much sway as they do because they're in a very small minority in this country.
Well, that's
okay.
When you put one of the small minority of psychotic people in charge of the military, that's not going to be good.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I don't know if there's a trans general in the Army. I mean, I would find that knowing the Army the way I do, it's a pretty bunch of boys club. And I don't know if the Pentagon would have that go down like that. I really don't. I got to Google that because that sounds rather strange to me. And what happened to the English guy? He just left, huh?
That's the grim guy in the chat.
Here you go. Dr. Rachel Levine, 63, is now an admiral of the U.S. Public Health Service Commissioned Corps.
Yeah,
appointed by President Joe Biden.
Okay, but look,
is already the highest ranking openly gender official in the U.S.
Say that title again. Say that title again. What's her title? What's his title?
An admiral.
In what?
That's the military, the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps.
U.S. Public Health Service is like, that has nothing to do with
and what's this next sentence say?
With the tactical and strategic.
What's this very next sentence say? Dr. Levine, appointed by President Joe Biden, is already the highest ranking openly transgender official in the U.S.
Yeah, official. But that has nothing to do with the fighting and the dying that's done in the military. Public health official, they might as well work for what's that organization in Georgia that
that's disease. Just one of the people that's public. Then there's that one's putting in more, and the other people, that's just the one you know about, and you didn't even know about this one.
Well, yeah, because it's
because you don't want to listen to the facts, and I showed you the facts, and now it's just a health one.
Because the position they're in has very little to do. It's just official. It's symbolic. He did that. It was symbolic.
He's on the fucking news all the time, giving the fucking public opinion, the president's opinion. How are you going to say it's symbolic when he's there?
Totally symbolic. It's totally symbolic. But
but he gets up and speaks for the president, but it's only symbolic.
Do you want to continue this argument? Do you?
Dude, that's fucking retarded thinking.
Do you want to?
It's symbolic. It's a symbolic title, but he gets up and speaks for the United States.
It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. And
he speaks for the United States in public.
Moon, you want to step in here and change the topic, please?
I woke up. I started on the continue on from the last stream. I just started this one. I
know you were looking pretty rough this morning, Moon. You must have had an active panel last night.
Active panel. But luckily for me, I woke up in my bed, so that's a good thing. But
okay. Boom Bat said, I remember a transcaster from back in the day named LaRocca or something like that. Boom Bat, stop it, will you? Just stop it.
LaRocca.
Yeah, just stop it. Do you remember LaRocca the psychic, Moon? One of my characters was LaRocca the psychic. I'd come on and predict people's deaths and stuff like that. So it was just a little joke. Just a little.
I remember you had L.A. LaRocca, or you had that name, but
yeah, it was a little joke I'd come on and do back when I had the energy to do this shit. Now Burns done fucking wore me out. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet. Damn.
Well, it's good you guys got
Thanks
this
a
out
lot,
of your.
Burns. Thanks a
You
lot.
guys got it out of your system, though. It's not like I don't think whatever you guys talk about today. I don't think you guys are going to keep rehashing it. So it's good just to lay it all on.
No. We're not gonna. Nobody's gonna change anybody's mind like that. I don't think. Nobody's gonna change anybody's mind, but everybody has a right to their opinion, and I hope they keep that right to their opinion.
But in a way, it's fun. I'm sure you guys are having a good time just doing your little bickering thing. I know you guys don't have any ill will, or you guys are being nice in the.
No, I don't have any ill will. Unfortunately, a lot of people that do this kind of bickering do have the ill will, but I don't. You know, I'm live and let live. I'm a live and let live guy. I can't change nobody's opinion. You know, I can't change.
It's hard to do
anybody's
that.
opinion.
Yeah, it's hard to change it. All you can do is just kind of.
Especially now, Moon. It's especially hard now. The discourse is especially hard now because it just it's gotten out of hand, and it's gone to this social media where people really don't have anything to do but sit up in their little bubbles and gather all their information and become more insular than
Plus,
they were before.
When you look at it, everybody is making good points. You know what I mean? It's not like there's just a cut dry right or wrong. I mean, it's just that's what makes it.
Well, nobody is totally right and nobody is totally wrong. No. And that's the whole point, you know. And that's the whole. Hopefully that'll be the point that America can try to come together before it's too late. I think in 50 years' time, there probably won't be a United States of America as you know it. It'll probably be a confederation of states. There'll be an area, say like of 3 or 4 states that govern themselves, and another area of 5 or 6 states that govern themselves. And the federal government, as a central government, will be just something that controls the army, maybe taxes, and a couple of other things. But you won't have a United States of America. And that is something that I think will be the end of America. Because, like I said, America has some very deadly enemies.
I think this guy's mom came in or something like that, so he had to get off panel.
His mom came in?
He's like, hey, man, I'll be here in the chat. You know, talk to me as best you can. I'll respond.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't want to be on panel, though.
Okay. Well, I came on panel because you were talking about guns. And I wanted to put in my 2 cents about the guns.
Definitely had the English guy.
Well, yeah. Well, they don't. You know what? I've been to England and I've been to Europe, and they're a little bit more sensible when it comes to that kind of thing. Basically, because they had 2 major wars in those places, and they know about the violence that guns bring. Okay, they're a little bit more civilized when it comes to the use of guns, and that's why the penalties are pretty heavy. And guns are very hard to get in parts of Europe, Western Europe, and England. Very hard to get. You won't see a gun. You have to have like special fucking papers to get a hunting rifle in certain places. You know, they're just not going on. They're not on the street carrying guns. You know, I can drive down the street right now. I can drive down 8 Mile right now, and every car I look into with a bunch of kids in it's probably got several guns in it. And that's all the time, 24/7. And they ain't got no licenses to carry those guns, but they have them. If I walked out on the street right now, it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. I know a place I can go to where if I got the money, I could have a gun in 15 minutes. And I'm talking about damn near any kind of gun I want. 15 minutes. Of course, it's probably a homicide weapon, so it's hotter than hell. If you get caught with it, you go into jail for homicide. But you can get guns are easy to get. It's so damn easy to get. It's ridiculous. But that's why I came on, for the gun shit.
Well, this guy's restreaming us.
Who? The English guy?
Trollz? No, some other guy. Not the guy. Not Grim New Order. The guy that was on in the beginning. I think.
Oh, that guy. The supposed pedophile.
He's restreaming us.
Oh, you know why? Why is you know what? I guess that just shuts down any conversation when you call somebody a pedophile, doesn't it? You don't have to have proof of it or anything. You just call somebody a pedophile and it shuts down the conversation. That's ridiculous, isn't it? First of all, it's an awful charge to make against anybody, without proof. But I guess it just shuts down conversation.
Well, I didn't kick him off. I didn't remove him for that. I removed him because of just the fact that he was like, this guy's a leech and this guy this and that. He's just in the Discord. He came in. Basically it looked like Grim kind of had like a plan in motion and the other guy just kind of like jumped the gun with the whole thing.
Yeah, Grim was a little bit more Grim was, you could tell Grim was used to speaking online, let's just put it that way. Grim had a little bit more panache when it came to getting his point across online. But that's what happens when you're on this motherfucker all the time. Yeah, shit, I'm missing my fucking cartoons, Moon. Thanks a lot for having me on, man.
What cartoons are you gonna watch?
I'm watching. They do a block of cartoons in the morning. They show Popeye. They show Tom and Jerry. They show Bugs Bunny, the old Bugs Bunny Warner cartoons.
Heck yeah! You just pour yourself a big bowl of cereal,
and that's exactly what I do. LD, you're awake.
Ever since this debate with Rocco, I'd like to announce I'm running for president of the TTC.
Oh boy!
And I hope I get everybody's vote. Thank you.
You probably will. You probably will.
I'm not even in the TTC yet.
Oh,
I'm going to be the commissioner, like Roger Goodell. I don't play. I just
LD, man.
All the beefs.
LD, you're looking really rough, man. You're looking really rough. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I had a rough night.
You're looking real rough, man. I'm telling you.
You can't understand. You're looking really rough, man. Do a little respect. No respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, LD, I understand I was a nurse too. It's a stressful job, and I understand we were a hard drinking crew, and I understand how that goes. But you gotta try to take it a little bit more, ease up on it a little bit, or else you're not gonna be effective.
Yeah. That's what my coworker was saying yesterday. She's like, I didn't think you were going to make it to work yesterday. And I'm like, why not? She's like, you were so drunk. She's like, I heard you fall and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
You're like, I can't sleep unless I'm that drunk.
I can't, dude. It helps me get to sleep.
See, that's a red flag there, LD. It's a red flag, man. It's a red flag.
Yeah, I should just go back to doing shots of NyQuil every night.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Water look good. I'm gonna grab me a bottle.
Yeah, I need a little hydration.
Yeah, rehydrate a little bit. You know what else you could do, LD? You take one of the oxygen tanks from work and take it home.
Yeah.
Put it on about 2.5 liters and inhale that shit in the morning, and you'll sober right up.
I saw there's like a company that makes like IV bags, and you could get yourself in like on an IV in the morning. You
could do that too. I mean, just.
Were you an RN or an LPN?
I was an RN.
Oh shit, you were my boss.
Well, I was an LPN at first. I started out as an aide. Then I went to nursing school, became an LPN. Then I went to a local university and got a degree for RN.
Damn.
All on the GI Bill. The GI Bill.
That's good.
Thank you for your service.
You deserve it.
What branch were you in?
I was in the Army.
Doggy.
Yep. I was a grunt in Vietnam. I was an infantry guy in Vietnam. I went back in the Army and was a medic in the Army for about 10 years and then got out and went back to school.
Damn. Thank you for your service, Rocco. And I guess not happy Memorial Day, but I hope you have a good one.
I'm going to have a great Memorial Day. I got my uniform. I'm supposed to pick up my old uniform at the cleaners today. It's been cleaned and modified, and I'm going to put it on. And Monday, I'm going down to the VFW hall, and we're gonna.
And Rocco makes it a point. Rocco makes it a point to say it wasn't service. He was drafted, and he hated every second.
I was drafted. I did not want. I did not volunteer to go to Vietnam.
And every second he was there. Yep, not service.
I did not volunteer to go to Vietnam. No, sir.
But you ended up re-enlisting.
So I appreciate it.
That's even a step above service, though, being drafted and following through with that.
That's crazy, though, that you got drafted and after your enlistment ended, you re-enlisted. You're like, you know what, I like this.
Well, no, I didn't. It's because I did not. So when I got back to civilian life, I did not transition well. I was getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And a judge told me that the next time he saw me, he was going to send me to prison. So that he said, you did well in the Army. If you were smart, you'd go back in, because if I see you again, I'm sending you to prison.
Damn.
So I went down and re-enlisted.
I wish I could have joined, but they wouldn't let me because I've got epilepsy. So
that's not gonna help at all. No,
it's
that'll keep you
pretty
out.
well. It's very well controlled, but I was in the fire department for about 5 years, and I was a firefighter for 5 years, and I moved out to Vegas, and I was trying to get on their fire department, and I ended up breaking my neck in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, you know what? See, now that's something. Everybody talks about bravery, but anybody willing to walk into a burning building's got more balls than I ever had.
We didn't do a lot of. We had structure fires, obviously, but what my company and my firehouse was known for was extrications, because you ever see that shitty show, The Jersey Shore, with Snooki and all those assholes?
I know of the show, yes.
So my firehouse was literally right across the bridge from where that show was filmed. So every summer we would get drunk people crashing in their cars, and we would do a lot of car extrications. That's what we got, all the time.
Even that shit takes a little bit of heart to do, coming on a scene like that. That takes a little bit of heart. Like when I was a nurse, I never worked the emergency room if I could help it. Sometimes they pulled me down to the emergency room, but I hated doing that.
What unit were you on?
I was on a med-surg unit, medical surgical unit.
I work at a nursing home, and I'm on the long-term care unit.
Yeah, with the Alzheimer's people and the dementia folks.
No, it's not a dementia unit. It's not like that, but a lot of people are on hospice or.
Okay, yeah. Hospice. I've known a couple of hospice nurses. They like that work. They kind of like that work. I don't know. It always kind of diminished me a little bit when I knew a patient I had was going to die.
Yeah,
and I usually stayed with them until they died, so that they wouldn't be by themselves. I worked at the Veterans Hospital, and a lot of the guys didn't have anybody. So I'd stay, when it was time to go home, I'd stay with them just so they could have somebody in the room.
I would love to get a job for the VA. I would love to go be a nurse for the VA. That'd be great.
Well, why, you got a VA where you live, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you should try to apply.
I can't for the next year because the place where I'm working helped pay for my nursing school. So
well, after
I'm under contract. Yeah, once I'm off my contract, because they paid for it, I would definitely like to go and apply.
Well, if you do, what I want you to do ahead of time is they want all your grades from school. Get all your high school grades and your grades from every school you went to, and don't have any significant police record.
No, I have no record at all. I've never been arrested.
Okay.
I'm pretty good,
Okay.
Guys, I think I'm gonna end it. I just
Okay, good.
was on here for a second, but
Good, because I can watch a half hour more of Bugs Bunny.
yeah, Rocco, get your Tom and Jerry fix.
Yeah, dang. Believe me, man, the cartoons do me a world of good. Okay.
Who do you root when you watch Tom and Jerry? Who do you root for, Tom or Jerry?
Neither one.
Neither one.
Jerry could be a real.
Neither one. I do love the old Bugs Bunnies, though. I do love the old 1940s, 1950s Bugs Bunny. When he
My
was
favorite
really,
was always Marvin the Martian.
that one. That's a classic. That's a classic cartoon. A couple of them cartoons won Oscars, folks. They won Oscars for a couple of those cartoons. I have to remind people of that. So anyway, okay, Moon. Okay, LD. Okay,
Peace
Burns.
Take it easy,
You
Rocco.
guys take it easy.
Have a good
okay?
day, guys.
Moon
Yep.
boots.
See you guys. See you, LD.
Ciao. Peace.